And we are once again back with another podcast. Believe it or not, I was going into this week, I'm like, okay, we don't have much, but I decided to actually take down notes. I'm like, well, these might be worth talking about. So we actually got 4 topics here and 3 for members. So for the main show, we're going to talk a little Penguin and Joker 2, Venom 3 leaks, Bane and Deathstroke getting a tag team film, and Spider-Man 4, and a lot of news regarding Spider-Man 4 for members. We're going to talk about DC Comics and Marvel Comics losing the superhero trademark, which they held, and they had to give it up because they knew they weren't going to win. We're going to talk about the Robins getting a film and the Amazing Spider-Man 3 happening because Andrew Garfield's like, yes, I'm all ready for it. So we got a big show ahead of us, so we're not going to waste too much time outside of when we waste too much time going off topic on the topics we're supposed to, because that's what we do. So as always, I'm Armin. Check me out wherever. Where'd those link trees go? Where'd they go? What they do? There we go.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. Yeah.
I popped. See, that was suspense. Not that I screwed up and didn't have them enabled, but the suspense was real. So without further ado, I am joined by Mitch.
What's up? You can follow me at the link trees that magically appeared on screen.
Yes.
Where you can find Jared, who's finally watched End of Evangelion.
Are you going to make him watch something else next, or?
Oh, he hasn't finished Evangelion yet.
Oh, okay.
He's got 4 more movies to go yet. So
the movies. Yes.
Yeah, he wants him to be even more confused.
Yeah. It's not even confusing. People just need to watch a movie. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, fair
He's
enough.
very confused though. He's very confused.
But you'll confirm he is confused. It's not that confusing, but he is confused.
To quote the man himself, he's not good at watching stuff, which is why he likes so much Star Wars, like Andor.
I was gonna say, is that why he likes Andor? This might be the checkmate I've needed all along. More like Andor. I don't even clap because it's Star Wars. That's how I know it's bad.
It's okay. It's going to be made by committee now, so Star Wars dead officially. Finally, Star Wars is
finally.
Dead.
It's finally good.
Oh, the grifters won.
Yeah,
they won. They won. Oh,
can't wait.
Speaking of grifting, hey Ricardo, you're here. I had to point you out because you got Black Adam on there, huh?
Yeah, Black Adam too.
Yeah.
You know, where has this come from? No.
The dude's got PTSD.
Makes sense, yeah.
Maybe he found an unopened case of Zoa and it's giving him that Black Adam brain.
Yeah, makes sense.
Is is that Bane and Deathstroke, whatever, it's real? Am I in the right timeline? The Rock didn't win?
Do you guys think that when James Gunn inevitably announces the recasting of Black Adam, that The Rock is going to have like passive aggressive tweets?
Oh, bro, The Rock is going to blow up Warner Brothers. He's going to blow up Warner Brothers.
He's going to January 6th with the DCEU fans, the walls.
Oh, no.
I'm excited to see it. But without further ado, we also do have one final member. As always, we got Tristan here.
Yeah, the same as always with the link. She's a little bit behind on a lot of stuff, but hopefully you'll get some new videos sometime next week for Halloween. Or spooky month in general. That's what I'm trying to do anyway.
Yeah. I've noticed a lot of creators for spooky month always pump out additional content and stuff because it's like, you know, it's theme of video games, old film reviews and things like that. I always enjoy it, so it's good stuff. What might not be good stuff is, I guess, maybe the future of this podcast. But hey, let's just get into our first topic and we'll see where
has the past been good for this podcast? I don't know.
It's debatable. So let's jump into our first topic. This week, Joker 2 is officially out, and Penguin is about to air its 3rd episode this weekend on Sunday. When you guys are hearing this on the main YouTube, it's tonight. And this might be a prime example of how to do things right with one character the right way through and through, while the other is a complete botchery and did not understand anything, which, of course, we're talking about Joker 2. I unfortunately saw the film. It turns out I'm more positive on the film than most people, which is shocking, and I still hate the film. So
Was you as high as the Joker?
I wish I went in there and I was like, edible out of my mind. But my God, like it's one thing when the people love the first film, right? Sure, some people took that character of Arthur Fleck Joker as like their version of Joel from the video games The Last of Us. We're like, no, he's right. He's a hero figure. In the sequel, the whole point of this film is Todd Phillips slapping you in the face going, I hate this character. I hate that I'm making a sequel. I hate that you don't understand the Joker. You're all terrible people. He's literally insulting the most hardcore fan base. It is a sight to behold, honestly. Like, I was shocked at this film.
So we've got an incel civil war going on there.
It is
classic.
Classic. I don't want to spoil too much of it, and obviously I think most people know, like, their spoilers are out there. It is what it is. But that's why I want to talk about it and compare it to Penguin, because everyone I know who's watching Penguin, I've convinced a couple people that didn't even like the Batman. They were like, it's not my thing. I was like, just watch Penguin. And they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm like, yes. It is. Like, it's.
I've only seen the first episode. I'm currently behind.
Man,
bro, the second episode is so insane.
It's so good. It's so good.
I expect it, to be honest. First episode was great. So
Matt Reeves don't fail. That's what I figured out. He's got it here, and
I mean, he's failed with Clayface because he ain't good at Clayface.
Yeah, James Gunn's probably going to do that in his universe just to give us a big old clay monster. So when it comes to Penguin, I guess we'll talk a little bit about the first episode since we've all seen it and dabble a little bit in the second episode. I think for me, the vibe of everything that they're doing just lands. Like, even if you don't know anything about the DC universe or the Batman, the film can still onboard you and you understand it, which is that's a tall task to do for a character like Penguin, but hey, they pull it off pretty effectively. So
I'll say it doesn't bog itself down or anything, so
no,
it's all good. I'm happy with what they're doing with it. That I've seen so far.
I mean, the cast is great. Like,
well, the way the show is shot is so good.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't actually seen it yet because I've been so busy, but from the clips and stuff that I have seen with some of the interviews, it seems pretty well made, and it's a little I should say it's like it not being or from what others are saying is that it's ashamed of being in a comic book movie. I'm more interested in it technically doing its own thing for the most part, because it doesn't interest me to when I do eventually would want to sit down and watch it when I have the time.
I think it's weird because the people involved with the series, they were like, we don't consider this a comic book show, and I'm like, I get what you're trying to say, but your messaging is wrong. Like, you worded it wrong, and that's unfortunately taken on different. Like, hey, look, people on the internet can take something somebody says and twist into what it's not. Who would have thunk it, right? Like, it's.
Yes, because like, for example, like this is like a really small spoiler, like really small. So like the whole thing of Cobblepot is being called Ozcob, like Ozcob or whatever, right? But his mom literally calls him Cobblepot. I'm like, bro, I was like, all these fans lost it for no reason for them to still say his name.
That's why when that came out, it's just like he's obviously doing like a tone thing, right? Like you call Tony Tone in like the gangster movies. It's clearly that, like, why is a guy like Penguin gonna be wanting to be called Oswald Cobblepot? Like, you're not gonna have that, so you're gonna shorten it somehow. And you're gonna play off that like gangster trope of doing everything.
Yeah,
like,
they're
that was obvious from the
him.
start.
It's again like, I think again, I suggest anybody who's listening to this, go watch it if you haven't. If you're deciding between Joker or anything else, go watch Penguin. You're better off not buying a ticket to Joker 2 and just getting HBO for however long to just watch this series.
I know everyone's watching Agatha, but take time out of Agatha to go watch Penguin.
I mean, they are on. Shockingly, they're on even numbers. Like, they're both doing like literally comparable to one another, which means
wasn't Penguin like half of what Agatha had?
Yes, but
Agatha's like 11.9, Penguin was like 4.
Yeah, but it's because they counted the first 2 episodes of Agatha instead of just 1 for Penguin, you know, so it's like...
that's what you get when you only drop 1 episode. No, it's not Agatha's fault. No.
So, and now we have revealed to people how Netflix calculates 730 million minutes viewed. But you're like, what does this mean? Exactly. Look, both shows are great. I highly recommend them. We all highly recommend them, honestly. Besides maybe Ricardo, he's a grifter, so I don't know.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly. So check that out, everybody. Well, I'll talk a little bit more about Joker next week, and that'll be the last I try to talk about it for a long time.
I don't intend to see it, so I can't really say much apart from I don't give a fuck.
That is a good call. That is a good call to not see it. So
wait, how long is the film, if I may ask?
It felt long. I'm not sure. Maybe 2-ish hours.
2-ish hours of a musical?
Yeah.
Not a musical. They just express their thoughts that they can't say through dialogue through the medium of song.
Exactly. Come on, Ricardo. Come on.
Damn, I need to grift harder.
It's 2 hours and 20 minutes, apparently. 2 hours and 18 minutes.
Okay, well, it felt way longer, so that's how I feel about it.
I can imagine.
The
first movie out felt like a goddamn week. So.
Oh, it did. It did. With the next piece of news, though, maybe this film won't feel like it's a week because the last 2 didn't. But hey, we're going to talk about spoilers for Venom 3 because some potential spoilers have hit all over the place. The biggest one being obviously the collector's cups and things that are out there, you know, and I want to say it was Regal Cinema.
Yeah.
That revealed Spider-Man or the spider emblem on Venom's chest, including anti-Venom. And okay, so did Sony, or could this be a scenario of maybe
we have stuff left over?
Yeah,
use it for the movie.
Yeah. You never know with these things because we have seen Sony pivot. Like, remember, there was a couple Spider-Man variants for Into the Spider-Verse or Across the Spider-Verse that were cut out in the last, 3 months of development of that film when they should have had it locked in. And the toys are out there, but those characters are nowhere to be in it. So it's like, I could believe either way on this one.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd be surprised if Anti-Venom actually was in there.
Same.
But I'm not sure. If it is in there, cool. Right, you're just gonna rush it and everything. But...
Yeah. I think you said it best though with what you think it's gonna be in the actual. I think it was in the group chat where you were trying to speculate on how he becomes white, and I was like, yeah, you probably got it right if it's true.
Yeah. And then we was talking about how they kept showing how Venom keeps hopping onto every animal, and it was like, yo, what if he just hops onto a spider? Yeah. The spider gets squished, and that's how he gets the emblem because oh no, my best friend was a spider. I swear to God, Sony, don't do this.
It's either going to be the spider or it's going to be the Grendel. It's going to be one of the two, and they're going to give him the wings because the wings are now Venom's thing. Which I'm not complaining about the wings. The wings are cool, but
after Insomniac does it, now it has to be
100%. Yeah. That's why I'm not surprised if Anti-Venom's in there. It's like, cool. We're just going to have every Spider-Man thing be the same story now. So cool.
They really looked at the scene in the film. They said there's 2 black goo monsters fighting each other. Somebody was like, Control I. Wow, he's white.
This is how we know that studios are going to have super fans, because the super fans didn't want 2 black characters on screen at the same time. One of them clearly shouted like "Sweet Baby Ink" and DEI, and tore the black rat off of Venom. I'm sorry, that's how it went down.
I have no proof of this, but I will believe you. That's exactly how it went down. Yeah.
It's like Nick in the Facebook group saying that these are going to ruin the Fast and Furious franchise.
Dude, that thing was ruined after 5.
And so it's like, where do you think the focus group was tested on?
Yeah. You can't really ruin Fast and Furious
No.
anymore. It's already ruined. Come on.
Like they're already made
Yeah.
by a committee. Like, come on now.
Not one character is dead in that franchise.
It's because they haven't got any characters.
Yeah, you got a point.
I thought it was because they kept bringing them back.
No. How'd you kill that which isn't dead? You can't die. No.
Well, they said they were dead.
The comics say people are dead as well, but no one dies in comics. No.
I mean, just this week, Tom Hardy was like, "Hey, I'm done with Venom," and everybody's like, "Are you though? Are you?"
But he's not done with anti-Venom. You see, that's crazy.
Oh yeah. He's going to be null in the MCU. You watch.
Oh
No.
Oh. Oh, you know, that could be mildly entertaining at least, you know? Like,
I refuse to live in a world where Null sounds like Hardy's Eddie Brock. I can't handle that.
well, what's he going to sound like with Norman Reedus? He's just going to have a whiny voice.
I mean, he might sound a bit more like Null.
Man, I don't know what he sounds like because all I've done is read Null. So, I mean, maybe.
I mean, it's the only thing you can do with Null. You can't. He's not been adapted to anything yet.
That's true. This will be the
like first one.
I was gonna say, is this like one of the quickest turnarounds from comic character to?
I think it might be the quickest.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's like 5 years, maybe. Wow,
if that. Yeah. 4 or 5 years.
That's crazy.
They searched up Venom's greatest hits and Edge.
Pretty much. Yeah.
They asked ChatGPT, "What's the edgiest thing Venom has done in his greatest hits?" It's like, no. Well, I guess we got to do that.
So you can't even blame like Soups or that Blu-ray Angel because they had no idea who Null is.
That's true.
It's got to be one comic TikToker out there who's dropped the ball on this one.
I mean, there's definitely there's plenty of bad takes. Okay, so I decided to use ChatGPT for this very great article that
for that hole in the ozone layer, everyone. We had to.
So I asked it, write me a potential idea for Venom 4. Title: Venom Dark Genesis. Oh boy, Sony, I hope you're listening.
Sony script already.
I was going to say that's not even a Sony title.
So, after the defeat of Null and the rise of Eddie Brock as the King in Black, Eddie's control over the symbiote begins to wear.
I am not ChatGPT, I promise you. That's not
an
me.
ancient alien race known as Prometheus. What the hell is that? Creatures from the dawn of time who created the first symbiotes seek to reclaim their children, the symbiotes, and harness the power and reshape the universe for all symbiote kind.
Does it say
I believe it.
This is too good. This is how Sony writes movie ideas.
It sounds such a Sony movie. Like I really believe it. I mean, you see what a Craven looks like? Radioactive Lion.
I unfortunately have watched the Craven trailer.
I still
That'll
can't
be the
believe
extent of what I do watch, but I have watched that trailer. Yeah.
I can't believe how many people are like, bro, Rhino is going to be the best part of this movie. I'm like, well, it's not a tall bar or a high bar, but still, that looks terrible. So I don't know what you're thinking. Oh, no.
I forget that movie's actually coming out.
It sure is. It's been delayed by 2.5 years. Do you think Aaron Taylor Johnson's going to do like a round of interviews? They're like, so what was it like shooting the film? He's like, bro, that was like pre-COVID. What are you talking about? What movie?
I ain't done that movie.
That's how long it feels like. Man.
I was a different man back then. I was extremely
literally. So there we go. A little on that, but let's jump on. Actually, yes, let's straight to DC because we got Bane and Deathstroke team up film, but this might not be the full story. As James Gunn was like, hold up, you got a part of this right, but that's not the complete picture. So what we know is there is a film in development with Deathstroke and Bane being a team.
Yeah, Batman's going to be an Arkham movie. You watch.
Yup. That's yep. Exactly what I was thinking of. I'm like, oh, I see exactly what they're gonna do.
Yeah, Brave and the Bold, cool. So you have a Batman and a Robin. Well, Deathstroke's more like a Teen Titans Robin villain anyway. So cool. There you go.
You think Deathstroke is gonna be a pedo?
I hope not. Not again.
Right?
Okay, just have to double check.
He kind of has to be, right? It's like all of his character. What else?
The moment James Gunn mentions Terra in anything, I'm like, okay, I'm done.
I mean, it's weird because they tried to change it, but
it's super hard.
Yeah, it's like so ingrained into his character, you can't get rid of it.
I mean, you could get rid of it. You could quite easily get away from that. It's not hard to not write a pedophile character, but
I don't know. They tried before, and it didn't.
I mean, did they? Did they actually?
They did.
They was that actually an attempt, or did they just?
Don't you remember when Deathstroke, like, did the dude with his son's like wife?
I think it was between what was it? It was between New 52 and the All-In era, where they actually tried to get away from that, but they couldn't because
that's just bad writing.
Mitch trying to say they're gonna take it out. Does Mitch confirm right here that he's part of Sweet Baby Inc.? Is that what I'm hearing?
100%, yeah, 100%.
I knew it. I knew it.
I'm responsible for every DEI chin.
Oh no!
It's what I spend my days doing, just muddling chins.
My poor Lara Croft. What did they do to her? Checks notes. Chin.
What you see is right. Someone makes the model for Lara Croft. I then put the Crimson Chin PNG behind her and just drag it out to.
You just have an algorithm that just does it for everything. Yeah. That's the power of AI, everybody.
Yeah. Most of the guy that yassified JD Vance in that one picture some guy put out.
And the weird part about it is that chin that's on Aloy is photoshopped anyway.
Yeah.
Because can you look at the original image? It's nothing like that.
That's because they all Photoshop every chin to make their point somewhat coherent.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like when I look at this whole thing and everything that's happening with whatever DC's doing, right? And how they're trying to diversify the portfolio of characters they got, because clearly they are. Just look at Superman. There's all sorts of characters and parts of different universes all converging on it. I look at this film, whatever it might be, probably a Batman film, or maybe, because there is the rumor that the Teen Titans film is happening. And they might even have a director now, according to some reports. It just hasn't been announced.
Bane in Teen Titans would be weird.
It would, but I feel like it's almost a Deathstroke gets a couple of lackeys that Batman's not fighting off right now. And there's Bane and, I don't know, Scarecrow or somebody, some jobber out there. Yeah.
And I just feel like Brave and the Bold is right there.
Yeah.
It's right there. But
and you would think if it was in that film or related to that film with Andy Muschietti writing it, people would know automatically, being like, oh, well, it's got to be Brave and the Bold, right? So maybe there's, I don't know, a companion piece film or something, because maybe it's for Waller, for all we know.
True. Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah.
I keep forgetting that's like the next series they're starting up with Green Lantern. It's Waller and Green Lantern shooting, so that'll be real interesting.
I'm so far out of the loop, especially with DC at the minute.
It's because
I'm just here. I'm just waiting for that stuff to come out at this point.
I was gonna say it's because even if something about them hits, barely anybody reports on it, because the zeitgeist that the DC universe had died with in that time between Batman v Superman and Justice League, and then it's just been the last 4 years have killed that brand. So.
Yeah, which works in their favor because they haven't got anyone really talking about it and complaining. They can just get on with what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike other studios that are now going to have Soups directing everything.
They're going to have the Screamo meter. Watch the scene, and the version that gets the most screams, that's what we keep in the film. Which
is great, I guess, because Soup screams at everything, so everything's going to be just constantly hitting the top of the meter.
I can't wait till we hear test audiences for the Return to Silent Hill film. We're cheering when James whipped out his dong to take a piss in the toilet. It's like, oh my god, they got a huge pop. We gotta amp up that scene. Add some more dramatic music to it. I mean, great.
That's what I'm saying. Silent Hill movie.
What I'm saying is, I'm gonna apply for these tests, and then I'm gonna say the most obnoxious things ever, being like, "No, more of this."
And just send them this, right?
Oh, that's true. Well, the people from Sony that are listening to this have already taken Venom Dark Genesis to heart.
True.
So what do I know?
Yeah.
Man. I mean, just looking at this whole DC thing, like, I saw somebody say it feels like the DC universe is being run by AI, and I'm like, honestly, yeah, because they seem to be throwing everything at the wall and just seeing what might stick. Like, I don't know anybody besides one person who wants a Booster Gold project. So,
look, man,
there's only one Booster Gold fan.
And that one person is Kamal Nanjiani. Oh man, he's gonna be a good Booster Gold though. He's a good actor.
Has he actually got the role of that?
No, but nobody's debunked it when asked directly multiple times, especially James Gunn, and he debunks everything, so it's got to be true. Especially because he was on the set of Superman like 3 times for different photos. Everybody's like, "What?"
I'm cool with that. I'll watch a Booster Gold movie with him in it.
Same. He's the selling part to me because Booster himself, unless it includes a Blue Beetle as well, I'm like, eh.
I mean, I assume Blue Beetle's going to be in there as well, right?
You would have to, yeah. Especially because it seems like they're definitely keeping the Blue Beetle film in continuity. So, hey, there you go. Another member for the Teen Titans to fight Deathstroke and Bane.
There's a Blue Beetle movie that came out?
Not that you would know.
It was the only DC movie that came out from Warner Brothers.
No, I missed that. I thought they trashed it.
Let's see. I have to verify this. Oh wow. So like the Marvels and Blue Beetle were both giant bombs, obviously, but Blue Beetle only made 130 million worldwide. But at least the reviews were good for it too. So I don't know.
I mean, how can a movie make money that didn't come out?
'Tis true.
I smell a grift. No. This is clearly a DEI grift. No, there's no way.
Clearly. 100%. 100%. But, you know what's not a grift? This topic. Spider-Man 4. We got an update from Amy Pascal. She said, despite everything we've heard and what's in the media and what's been reported, Spider-Man 4 is happening. She says, with Tom Holland. And then after that, we heard that the title of the film might be Spider-Man or Spider-Man 4 King in Black or just Spider-Man King in Black. And
there's absolutely no chance. That's
what I'm saying. I don't.
Zero chance. If you believe
a Spider-Man movie, not like how you don't have home in your title. That's how you know it's flawed.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, are we bringing back Spider-Man homies? Is that what I'm hearing?
No.
I mean, he lives in the streets now. Might as well.
Oh no! Oh no!
He's a poor bum. It's crazy.
Oh.
He's not poor. He's got a whole apartment in New York to himself.
Bro, with a shared bathroom in the building.
Don't matter. He's still not a bum. Like
he's cooked. He had to
he's still
apply
paying
for
like
Section
10 grand
8.
a month for a box. Like, come on now. Like, he's got money.
Well, see what we didn't actually see is that he's got a couple roommates, and at night he's playing creepy crawlers with them because they're Charlie and Frank. So they, just crawl around the floor, and that's how they make.
That sounds like something that belongs on the register.
But that is the Always Sunny show. Everything they do, you're like, I morally feel uncomfortable about this. Peter Parker has realized he needs roommates, and the most he could get, the best ones, was Charlie, who's huffing paint, and Frank, who's leaving turds
I was
in the
going to
bed.
say he's just swinging with Miles Morales' mum and dad.
This is the crossover that Always Sunny needs. Why can't this happen?
Elementary.
Oh man. So okay, so let's go back to the Spider-Man 4 report. Okay. I can't seem to trace back to who was the first scooper that reported that Null is the villain of Spider-Man 4.
It's probably RPK, I imagine.
I can't trace it back. Like, I haven't done that much digging just to see where it comes from, but suddenly out of nowhere, like, it just all hit at once. And I mean,
what was the date this dropped?
Of a few days ago, I would say.
Was it before the start of October?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Then there you go. Then it's purely the rent's due.
Oh. So one scooper that's backed it up is Cryptic HD.
Who the fucking hell's that?
So I've looked into Cryptic HD. They've gotten a few scoops that seemed off, right on the money, where everybody was like, this doesn't seem, oh, never mind, it's right in retrospect. So
same as every other one.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm looking, and apparently it's Daniel RPK, and it's you almost got it right. It's Cryptic 4K.
Oh, 4K. Oh, okay. They upgraded, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just stuck in the 2010s. It's fine.
Yeah. Damn, this Vizio TV punches it.
You're still running 1080i.
You guys got 1080p? What? Man,
okay, yeah, this is an end of the month tweet. This is all that is. There's no way.
Like, the amount of bending over backwards that Marvel Studios has to do then to incorporate the Venom trilogy and explain the multiverse jump, and then Venom and Spider-Man teaming up with other Spider people to fight this guy who was in Venom 3, who may or may not deliver the box office numbers they're looking for. There's so many mental gymnastics I have to jump through to try to explain it just to myself that I'm like, for the casual audience.
See, I don't know. I think you can easily just throw it in there. I don't think it's you have to complicate it in the slightest. It's cool. Null opened a portal.
Okay.
He's now here. Like universal hive mind. He can go to any symbiote anywhere, anytime, any place.
Man, what if?
Look at Vulture and Morbius. They never explained it.
Vulture was in Morbius.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was going to watch that this weekend.
But just watch how this is all going to contradict everything when the ending of Kraven, like the ending of Kraven is going to be not in the Venom universe or any universe, but it's going to be in the MCU, but not. It's going to be like, what?
So you cut your average spunk movie then?
Yeah. What I'm saying they should do is like bring Ezekiel back from Madam Web. That's what they should do.
Not Ezekiel Stain, right?
No.
Oh, thank God for that. About to go on a rampage.
Man, I don't know. I'm feeling.
No one's gonna punch a hole, or America Chavez star is gonna open up in Venom 3, and then we're gonna have her in Spider-Man 4 along with Venom and
Why is Sweet Baby Inc. over here trying to make Venom 3 woke by including
because
America
it's so
Chavez?
Venom's already black. Shut up. Right. It's just so many ways you can easily do this. You haven't got to think about it, and that's the worst bit about it. You just throw anything at the wall. There's so many different they're even going to use a Doctor Strange ring. I bet you right now. Not that they've ever been multi-dimensional, but they're going to have a Doctor Strange portal in there because that's all Sony can afford, right?
Yeah. Well, no, Sony's going to be given the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. version of it because that's the one they can afford. So
classic, yeah. It's just slightly bigger and more oval. Like it's not quite as rounded. It's more half semicircle.
The special effects aren't quite done, but that's all right,
They can fix it in post. No, it's fine.
Oh no, they're gonna.
To be fair,
Venom
it's
3.
better than making a Star Wars movie and using the portal that Thanos walks through for the background. If you know, you know.
Oh man. Well, I mean, is anybody here besides me gonna watch Venom 3 in the theater?
Is
I
it?
sadly
No,
watched the
I'm not
first
wasting my
two.
money.
I might as well.
Yeah, I'm committed. I watched the first two.
I hated both the movies. I was like, I might as well finish it.
I will watch this the way the Lord intended.
1, 2, 3 movies.
Illegally on a 3DS. So.
Right after you.
I remember I went to the theater for the first Venom movie. My girl was like, "Why you look so angry?" I was
You're
like,
just mad they made
what?
them gay, didn't you? Aren't you?
Yeah.
Venom really crushed me.
I remember Venom 1 came out when I took a vacation to Aruba, and I posted a picture of it on social media, and I get a message a couple hours later, a fan going, I thought that was you because there was only 2 couples there, and it was you and your wife and me and my wife over here. I was like, oh, that's funny. The one other guy watching Venom in Aruba and the giant like Cineplex they got just happened to listen to us. That was hilarious. So it's that's the great memory I have of Venom 1. Notice I didn't
imagine being on holiday and going to watch Venom.
Which is why the following year, when Joker came out and I was on holiday, I didn't watch it, and then everybody was upset, being like, "Oh, it's not reviewing." I was like, "I'm not ruining my vacation in Mexico watching."
I come here to get away from society. Leave me alone.
I'm drunk on the beach at 2 p.m. Okay, just leave me alone.
God, as late as that. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah, well, you know
Had
how
you
it
only
goes.
just woken up?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean,
that's fine then. That's fine.
Doing in Mexico. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. So there we go, everybody. Eddie Brock also wound up in Mexico. So there you go. We connected that.
That's
so
true.
That has effectively brought us to the end of the show. Any closing thoughts on anything? Anything we want to go over?
No.
Yeah. We covered all the important stuff in here, I would say.
Venom is a waste of money.
Agatha all along his peak. Watch it.
It's getting so much better. Oh man,
it was good from the start. Shut up.
I mean, the only thing good about the recent episode was like the ending. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not taking anything from a guy with a naked rock picture.
He's like, Ricardo sounded like he was gonna have an aneurysm saying that.
Like, imagine seeing the little voice thing for StreamYard move over that picture and actually ever taking it seriously.
Wow. You hate Zoa?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't even think we get it over here, so I'm safe.
Oh man,
The Rock can't commit his war crimes here, so that's fine.
Yeah. Well, there we go, everybody. So, thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.